Forced to feel like poison. I'll never hear. I will learn too late. It's too late to change it. Too late. Still these strange frustration stains burn my skin when nobody needs always.
Hi everyone, Glenn here. Welcome along to another Butterfly Effect playthrough. It's been a while. Today we're going to have a look at Always. Always was like the third or fourth single off Begins Here from 2003. We made a film clip for it. It was an early digitally animated film clip. It's not the best looking thing in the world, but you know, it's out there if you want to go and check it out. I'm going to try a newish format with these videos. I'm going to mainly concentrate on the bass because let's be honest, I know the most about the bass and I could sometimes get a bit bogged down in some of the theoretical explanations. So if there's anything theoretical you'd like to know or something that sort of sticks you up, you know, you can feel free to like contact me and I can talk you through some stuff. But otherwise, I'm just going to kind of show the parts and I've also, as you might have noticed, I've discovered how to put tab onto my videos, so now you can play along with what I'm doing. You might notice there's a few little things that are slightly different from what I'm actually doing on the bass compared to what the tab says. That's just because over years of playing it, I've kind of evolved sort of little snacks that I sort of add in there. But the tab is what is on the recording. So rightio, let's kick straight on into it. The bass is tuned C, G, C, F, B flat as it is for most of the tracks on Begins Here. It's kind of in a sort of C-ish key. C Lydian in some spots and C major in other spots. Like I said before, I don't think we never really had the idea in our head about exactly what key or whatever it was in, so we just kind of played what sounded good. But so C-ish. The intro is based around the 4, 2, and O. It's a 6-note pattern, but it's over a 4/4 beat, so that means that it's a bit lopsided, and that's why it has that kind of lurching feel, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm not going to go through and like play with the track again and play all through the sections, but I will show you slowly what I'm doing here. The riff, the 6 notes. Etc. I thought it would be interesting to see what it sounded like if I actually put it over a 6 beat, so I did it, and here this is what it sounds like.
Always. Yeah,
So a bit odd, but interesting nonetheless. then when it gets to the actual verse proper, when the vocals come in, I move to this C major kind of riff, and it's just the thought was always just to try and keep it chunking. The guitar sort of goes to the flowy open sort of hammer on thing, so I just kind of wanted to keep it rooted in this sort of chunky thing, you know, try and keep the vibe up. So I just play this C major lick. Etc. Again, being really conscious of my left and right hand muting those do. That's all muted with the left hand. Okay, that's the verse. Then we move on to the chorus. The chorus, everything sort of shifts up a key into this. I don't know, it's like a D minor kind of thing. I tried figuring it out. It was it's a bit all over the shop because the vocals do these excellent harmonies. You'll see. I'll show you that in a second. But there's a really lovely F sharp note in the vocals, which make it sort of sound like it moves up to D major. But all the rest of the chords are from D minor. So it's kind of just this temporary sort of, I don't know, this temporary little sound that creeps in, but doesn't really last. So anyway, like I said. Meh. And it goes like this. So we've got the moves up a tone. Again, doing that same thing that I always do. Treating the low strings like the kick drum, high strings like the snare drum. Boom, ba, boom, you know. So then after the chorus, we move into the quiet verse, and the quiet verse I really enjoy. I like the guitar sounds in that. I will show you some of the guitars isolated in the multitracks later on because it really does sound nice. What I'm playing on the bass, this is utilizing this high B flat string. And it's outlining these kind of C major 7 chords. That's the 7th degree of the C scale there, B natural. We go, and that just repeats. And then in the middle I put a fill, which I like because then that's the C natural, and it kind of, you're getting this tension, release. So I kind of like that, sort of why I put that in there, and it coincides with the drum fill. And then straight into that chorus again. Now we get to the middle section. The middle section is sort of based off the chorus. Just the chords go longer in time, and I move up the octave. I originally had an idea that maybe we should chuck a backing vocal. It's always, you know, do it in there, but it didn't go over that well. It probably wouldn't have sounded that good, to be honest. So what I do is I kind of do a response on the bass. Clint goes, it's always, and then I go. Anyway, and then there's a couple little fills in there. Like I said, you can go back to the video and have a quick look at those. That leads us back into the key change, back into C. So because the middle section's in D minor, very clearly in D minor. The fill's actually in C mixolydian, which is kind of a C major fill, which gets us back into that C feel for the final outro riff. Now, the first part of the outro riff is just the same as the intro riff, but then we do a classic butterfly effect move. The bass goes to the end riff 2 bars before the guitar does, and then we all join in together for the very, very last, you know, smash out, I guess you'd say. That's all just, again, 4, 2, and 0 with a on the recording I just do a single one, but on live I do this chord because it's ugly. So that's all the bass parts. Excellent. I will play you a little bit of the demo before I go. The only thing that really changed in the demo was the vocal. Originally, he had a different kind of lick on there. He was doing always with you, always with you, always with you, always. And then we listened back to it on the demo and then realized that it was quite similar to a Perfect Circle song, Thinking of You. So Clint went back and had a bit of a rejig, and that's what we came up with, and I think that's what he came up with. I don't think it sounds much more forceful. It really goes with the riff. I like it a lot. Let's go and have a bit of a listen to some of the more interesting parts of the multi-tracks. So, what I really like, I like the vocals going into the chorus. Clint would always say that he didn't feel like he was good at doing harmonies, and I mean, I don't know. I beg to differ. Check this out. So we've got, is this on solo here?
Always I will learn too late. It's too late to change. It's too late. Still these strange frustration stains burns my skin when nobody needs me.
How cool. So then, the next bit I really dig is the guitars and the quiet verse. Check this out. So Dan Selash, there's what you can see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 stereo. There's 2 stereo pairs there, and then there's kind of a bit of effects, and then another stereo pairs there. So sounds very, very cool. What are these little guys? Oh wow. Those in the recording. Wow, there you go. Follows a little vocal melody. Very cool. This is the demo. You can see it doesn't really change very much. Kurt first played me the riff to Always. I was staying at his house when I first joined the band and I first moved up to Brisbane. I was staying on his couch in Milton, and he was off to work. He was working for Q-Rail as a carpenter, and he was in his high-vis gear and he was heading off to his job, and he had his guitar and he was strumming away on this riff. And first time I heard it, I was immediately just going, "What's that? It's really cool." And he said, "Oh, just something I'm working on." And then, Always. So yeah, the other thing I wanted to show you was this, how the original vocal was. Compared to All right, thanks everyone for tuning in. My name is Glenn Esmond. I'm gonna keep going with these and try and bust through a few more of them. We've got a couple more songs left for Begins here, and then we really get into Margot, which I'm looking forward to. So please make sure you do all the subscription stuff, subscribe, ring the bell, do that stuff, because plenty more videos to come this year. All right, I hope you're keeping safe. Take care. See you soon.